Hi everyone, welcome back to Live Darts. We're here at the Bradford Darts Masters and we've got the rockstar Joe Cullen. Joe, nice local exhibition on your doorstep for you.
Yeah, it's great. It's one of those, it's sleep in my own bed and I think it's 500 yards from my house, so it's ideal, yeah.
Nice bit of match practice as well.
Yeah, and plus obviously, normally exhibitions you don't care if you win or lose, and I wouldn't mind winning it in my local
I'd say
town.
wife and family's a winner as well, that little bit of extra pressure.
Yeah, it's one of those, it's just a family day out. Like I say, win, lose or draw, it's still a good day.
It's been a remarkable year for yourself, finally off and running with that maiden Euro Tour win. Has that sunk in what you achieved that day?
Yeah, it's one of those, it's frustrating now because the feeling that I had that day, it's hard to get back to that now, especially the Pro Tours, the flawed tournaments. I don't know how to word it. It's just not as good, you know what I mean? But that's where your bread and butter is, so that's down to me to put that right and get myself up for them properly.
I'll say, does that mean more because of who you beat in the final as well, where other people have won Euro Tours and Michael might not have been there or been knocked out and they've picked up, but to beat Michael in the final, does that mean even more?
No, it doesn't mean more, but don't get me wrong, it's one of them, it's better to have beaten the best in the final, but it doesn't mean more. I could have beaten anyone in the final, I'd won it, I earned it that day, and like I say, to beat Michael was just the ice on the cake, really.
Take you back to Dublin, didn't go according to plan, and it's the first time I think I've ever seen you look devastated on stage in that last set. The second set, did that hurt more than any other defeat on TV?
No, it didn't.
I'm just saying because that's why the way it looked.
Yeah. To be honest, I've had time to reflect on it now, and at the time I thought you've thrown that away. But then when I've looked back on it and spoke to my manager about it and things like that, Ian went 12, 15, 15. Out of nowhere, I think he was averaging 78, and he went 12, 15, 15 with a double start. That's good with a normal start, and I didn't realise at the time. So it wasn't like the sixth leg to win it for me. I set up with 109. You can't ask for much more than that.
I agree, Jeff.
I was on 94 after 12, which is 100 average that leg. So it wasn't as if, like I say, if I'm honest, at the time I felt like not bottled it because when you bottle it, we've all bottled games. You feel your shoulder, your heart. I didn't bottle it. It's just. At the time, I just felt like I'd thrown it away, but looking back on it, there was only really the last leg, which was, I think we all missed, I don't know how, 100 doubles apiece, but apart from that, Ian just caught fire from nowhere, and, fair play to him. So, he's a good friend of mine, so it was hard to take at the time, but I'm well over it now.
Last Pro Tour of the season, done and dusted. You missed the World Series qualifier. What was the thinking behind that? Because obviously World Series playing on TV, but you chose not to qualify. What was the thought process?
Yeah, well, the thing is, if it was ranked, I would 100% gone to it. It's not ranked. It's just a money event, which obviously the money's great, but I just thought that, if you go deep in the tournament, I remember last year, I think it was Chizzy, Jamie Lewis, and I think it was Ross Smith. We had to wait to start the Grand Slam qualifier for them. I know Amsterdam's a lot more convenient flight-wise and things like that, but it's still not great prep, so I thought, obviously I might not have qualified, I might go beat first game, it's irrelevant, but I just thought I wanted to give myself the best possible chance to qualify for the Grand Slam.
Was that a tough decision to make?
No, not at all. The Grand Slam's a ranked event, the World Series isn't a ranked event, so it was pretty simple, really.
Touching on the Grand Slam, you haven't played there yet, which is quite remarkable, and winning a Euro Tour event normally gets you in there. Is that a frustration of this year that you've got to qualify yet again when maybe some people get an easier qualification passage to the Grand Slam?
Yeah, definitely. I think 2 years ago I won 2 Pro Tours. I thought, I must be in now. And I actually think it was Phil that knocked me out. He beat, I think it was Mensah in the final, so that knocked me out at the time. This year I won a European event. I thought I must be in this year, but I'm not. And like I say, I think it's well documented that the Grand Slam criteria is massively flawed. I don't mind saying it on camera. It's massively flawed. I don't see how our pairs event. No disrespect to Willie and Steve Lennon, but I don't see how a pairs event can justify getting you in there over a massive, European event, and similar with the youth event. Personally, I don't think the winner should get in, never mind the runner-up, but that's how it is. We know at the start of the year, it's nothing, new to us. Sort of the week before, you say, oh, by the way, so-and-so's in. It's not like that, but I think winners should get rewarded, and obviously I'm a bit too far down to be rewarded.
I say it must be frustrating because, like you say, the World Cup, yes, it's a great event, but it's not ranked. It's a pairs event, so that I get where you're coming from on that. I agree with you. I think it's a massive flaw.
Yeah, it's one of them. It's nothing personal. It's like Webby's one of my best friends on tour. He got in. I think he got in with Barry one year, and I think he got in with Gezi one year. It's nothing personal. I was happy for Webby to get in. What is it? That's the thing at the start of the year. You know exactly the Grand Slam. You don't know exactly what it is. It's one of those events, but it's just like I say. It's one of those. I think you should reward winners, and I don't think that it is doing.
The BDO Grand Slam picks were announced today as well. Are you pleased that the 2 women are in there?
Yeah, it's great for the game. It's all about growing the game. It's like Barry knows what he's doing. Who I think you can count on one hand how many decisions Barry's got wrong. Is 9 times out of 10 every decision he makes is the right one. Look at the contenders last year with the Premier League. Do you know what I mean? Everyone thought it was going to fall flat on the face. It was brilliant, and I think that helped because every contender played absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Week in, week out, and like I say, 2 women in the game can only be good for the game. And I think, obviously, I don't know if I'm honest, too many of the BDO players who have got in, but I think Glenn well deserved his place to get in. He's the BDO champion. It's irrelevant that he's over with us now. You've got to have the BDO champion in there, and fair play to them for actually backing that decision to get him in.
Is it getting to a point now where the Grand Slam is ranked though, where having the BDO maybe not the right thing to do because potentially they're taking ranking money out of your guys' pocket, or do you think that'll always stay the same?
Yeah, it is and it isn't. I think that the initial appeal of the tournament was the PDC and the BDO, which I don't think should change. I think the BDO boys should stay in, irrelevant who it is, whether it's women, youth, doesn't matter what it is. But I think 8's a lot. I don't think that the BDO have the depth that they did have, because before you could pick 8 players and it was all well capable of putting a good account on themselves. I'm not saying the 8 now aren't, but
no, I know exactly.
Yeah, I think you have players like Glenn, Jamie Hughes, people like that. These players are different classes. The other boys, it's on the day. It's not a consistent thing. And if I'm honest, I think I've not even heard of 2 or 3 of them. Genuinely not.
Looking forward to the rest of the year as well. You're hoping for a big push to cement yourself back in the top of the game, because obviously just slipping out of the top 16 again.
I know I'm back in. You're not doing research. I'm number 15.
I looked on Darts Database. It's got you at 17 on Darts Database.
No, number 15. The Euro tour got me back in.
Darts Database hasn't updated. Actually, you've got notes down there.
Back in. Oh, you need a new job.
But obviously slipping out back in, is it now cement yourself back in there and then push that top 10 again? Because this time last year, obviously we sat down in Bradford again. Did you maybe get a little bit sidetracked by the thought of the Premier League?
Yeah, a little bit. And I said it in an interview with Sky, I think it was. You can't help but think about it, but I think this year, the way I look at it is I'm number 15 in the world without a world run. Everyone sort of within and around me has had, may not be a run, but 2 games is 35 grand. It's a lot of money. It's runner-ups in some of the tournaments. So I think me with no world run, number 15, I don't think I'm doing too bad. So if I can stick a world run on there, like take for instance Jamie Lewis, he's hanging on for the last world spot at the minute, but I think he won 85 grand and 35 grand of his whole prize money. So the Worlds is where it's at, and that's what you got to do. You got to time your run, and the Worlds hasn't been great for me, but it can't be like that forever, surely.
Joe, it's an absolute pleasure sitting there and talking to you in Bradford, mate. We'll let you get back to the practice board.
Nice
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Thank you very much as always.